event's starting soon, guys. So we got the yep, we got the so tough. We got the So, sadly, I don't have, I have ocean view from here, but we've got view of the Hanalei River, which here soon, water level should go down and then up. As we actually
reach the time for the event.
That'd be so freaking tough. Goodness. Yo, it's Adam the Great. That's my goat for real. See, now if like Brick Shinobi shows up, then we'll have like, what, 6 viewers? Wait, what? Okay. Well, we don't have beach view, because beach view is that way. Actually, wait, let me try.
Is Grandpa outside?
No.
Where's Grandpa?
Oh, he's in the other room. Let's see if you can see the beach from the side. I'm not gonna hang my phone out the window for that. 12 viewers right now is actually crazy though. So the second I stream something that isn't peak.
What?
No. The second I'm not streaming peak is when I actually
Yeah,
give you.
it's nice.
That's funny.
Okay, what happened to our deck chairs?
Deck.
I guess there's
Yeah. So we're kind of waiting. 7:10 Hawaii time is when the actual tsunami's happening. So probably 10 minutes or so. So for now we get okay.
Yeah, that thing is so high.
I don't know why there's still people driving.
There we go. Just so I can sit right here.
Yeah, we'll see if the sirens go off again here soon. They probably should. I think they will.
Ooh, it's raining by more than yours.
Oh, it is? Oh, yeah, it is raining over there.
They're way over there.
So, yeah.
Oh,
But, we're on Oahu.
what dear?
Honolulu area.
Oh, I thought you'd.
Well, I mean, sure, but I'm not.
Yeah, yeah. Poor Honda Acti down there. I hope that doesn't get damaged.
I have to do it myself. I'll get up there.
But in theory, the river should rise, and the streets may flood. So
Trust.
we'll see how big the thing is. Camera view's kind of bad. I'll stand up. Here we go. What is good? Cringe King. Yeah. Hawaii River and Oahu, Honolulu area. No, we're in Hawaii. We are in Hawaii. Strawberry. I didn't know you can get emojis in your name. Yeah. Nothing going on with the Alawaya yet.
I thought about putting in a little 2-pound size.
Hello. Weight loss journey.
Yeah, those are.
Talk gain weight, bro. Yeah, the event will start soon.
Yeah.
They're good on
Size.
Yeah. We've had a good weekend here though so far. It's been real hot.
the customer service.
80, 90 degrees. Just about every day. No rain, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Of course, there's actually a Lego store here, so we're able to pick up
Well, the bottom boys travel.
yeah.
The difference. Having and not having. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I took them to Spain. I used to live in the cathedral. Oh, it did. I was able to see quite a bit, but not.
So it should be another five-ish minutes before thing starts.
It's like a bit of a
Who are you
watch.
talking to?
Yeah.
Make sure you get between the bars.
Yeah.
You're that man.
I'll probably stand up once it actually starts. Once it actually starts.
Right.
seen a tsunami before. Or never been in a tsunami before.
The streets are cleared
Oh yeah, I finally got off the streets. Kinda. I mean, there's still some people. But, yes. I hope everyone is safe for
What now? Yellow line?
Is water level over there? Yeah, it'll go down first and then it'll rise.
Well, I
Yo,
know
kneecap.
second. It comes in and then it goes out.
Yeah, so here soon. Well, the event's starting soon, like 5 minutes ish. They said 7:10 and it's 7:06 right now, so
Yeah.
I could take my phone.
They do play state player. I guess there's room for all of us.
Yeah, there is, but he wants to film.
yeah, we're in the pregame.
The beach, you can't film much.
Okay, that's true.
I wish we had a beach view.
I might go see what she's talking Just give me a
No, it
watch.
should be fine. Bing is what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, come join.
What?
No, it hasn't started yet.
What time is it?
It is 7:06. So.
Oh my god, this is.
Oh, 7:07. Oh my goodness.
Girl, this is scary.
Get out!
Hi, I'm his sister.
Alright, don't look at that. Thanks, cringe.
Molly, or do you want?
What's up, Rebecca Barton? What? I'm gonna stay out here. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna
Love
stay.
you guys.
Claire, are you gonna stay here with Molly?
No, I want to see.
Okay. We're gonna go down the hall. Alright, so I'm guessing alarms may go off. It is 7:10. The supposed time of first wave on Oahu, I believe. But we'll see here. Because I don't seem to see water levels going down or up. It looks pretty steady. Man, like, there's just people driving around, like this ain't about to go down, man. Like, and who knows? Maybe. Oh, what? Wait, there's a key truck right there. Dope. Sorry. I guess this is a tsunami live stream and not a Dirty car shit. Yeah. 7-Eleven. Whoa, wind is picking up. Man, is the camera seeing like the hue change in the river? There's like a line in the middle of it. It's weird. Um, 7-12 still. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna take this guy back inside. Oh, what? Got live on the news and the TV. Pretty cool. You want to see it from here though. So, imagine they're like, ha, late April Fools, got you. That'd be kind of crazy. Oh. Bro. Okay. Gotta watch the news for it first. $7.14. It still has not hit. Like, the wind is kind of crazy though. Like, those clouds are moving. It may start raining. See, normally I think Tsunami is a little more than what's going on right now, which is absolutely nothing at the moment. Like, were the predictions just completely off? See, I don't see any big 30-mile-an-hour waves right there. Or rising sea levels. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Man, there's like still people driving around. That's crazy. It's supposed to be flooding right now. I'm not sure if that was first wave touchdown for which island or whatever. We'll watch the news. We'll watch the news. Hit him with that expected immediately at Hanalei. Hanalei. Oh man, nothing like a white guy trying to pronounce foreign languages. So okay, I guess it might be a couple minutes. Oh, they changed camera angle. It's crazy. Yeah. Where is this? At the wave? Is it that dark spot? Or am I tripping? No, I'm bugging. The event is 10 minutes late? Is that what I'm seeing right now? Oh, wait. No, it's just tied. Wait a minute. This is, Okay, wait. This is actually a great view, because, this is the beach near our hotel. Ours is... God, I think this is Tower 1. Ours would be Tower 2. It would be like over more. We're in Tower 2 right now. But I believe that's the Banyan? No, it'd be further inland. Another block. Actually, wait, it might be this one back here. Yeah, nothing's happening yet. Wait, there's like still people all over the beach. Oh, God. Don't jump scare me like that. Breaking news, people. Where is it? Hawaii. We're on Oahu right now. City of... Oh my God, I keep forgetting the name. It's the capital. Yeah, it's just waves right now. They said the event was dropping at 7:10. It's 7:21 now. Like, was their prediction really that far off? Like, nothing's happening. Yeah. Yogi Bear. Okay, I said that way too fruitily. My bad. Like, but yeah, no. I believe it was an 8.7 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Russia. 6 or 7 hours ago. Oh my goodness! Wait, I should turn the volume on, right? Is that a good idea?
Leaving the ports. Let's send it over to Maheo with some of the images you've captured. Hey, man.
Thanks a lot, Mark and Steph. And of course, if you need to interrupt me at any moment because we're all keeping an eye on the reports, but I wanted to show you this video that actually our Casey Lund was shooting from Kaka'ako High Rise, and it was amazing to see all of the ships evacuating. Now, this is because at about 6:47 this evening, the U.S. Coast Guard ordered the evacuation of all commercial vessels from all commercial harbors in the entire state. So you can see the Coast Guard there was also moving. Several boaters were getting out of the way. I called a boating friend, and he had already gotten the word. In fact, many boaters were not waiting for the U.S. Coast Guard to give this official warning, but everyone just certainly getting out of the way. There are 9 commercial harbors on 6 islands. We also saw there was a cruise ship in the Hilo Bay area that loaded their passengers, and they were heading out to sea. Now, I also called Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam to ask about the military ships. They would not say what the military ships are doing, and so we're trying to get official word on what those battleships are doing. But again, the U.S. Coast Guard has ordered the evacuation of all commercial vessels.
Man, I will say we've had really good, quite a few viewers in the stream. Yeah, I just have to clickbait everyone, and everyone watches it.
This timeline, it has passed. It's not the time to go back to the beach if you're curious, because we have not seen anything noticeable. It is a series of waves. That's what a tsunami wave is. It is not just one, and it is not a surf wave. It wraps around the island.
Yeah, it's not a singular event. This is an hours-long event, right? Right? And we're looking at this. This is something where you're watching very closely. You're looking at the changes in the water activity now as the sun has gone down already.
I hear a bunch of people cheering. What's going on?
The updates have come down. Hanalei emerged as kind of the first site that was going to be seeing any sort of activity.
We want to go live now to our live cam on Maui, and this is the coastline there, and you can see it. Are you noticing any differences out there, Ben?
Not just yet. It comes along, but again, we still have.
Oh, it's those people. Man, they're partying.
The people serve watermen, waterwomen, those who use the ocean a lot are very familiar with those streets and look for them, because those are the things that will indicate that could get you into trouble if you get caught. But nothing that I see. Jen, do you see anything?
It's really hard to tell from this vantage point, but it does seem like stronger currents are occurring. At the same time, I think it's important to note that we do have high tide that's peaking right now. So there is a rise in water overall and a lot of movement over the water on top of the expected arrival of the the tsunami. So a lot of moving parts. That's very dynamic over the Pacific Ocean right now.
One thing that we have had that we haven't really been able to share with you is that the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has been putting out, or receiving rather, some data as far as the wave heights. And so Wake Island got a 0.7-foot wave that was recorded at the buoy there. Midway, 1 feet. That's going to take.
Okay. I guess there may not be a tsunami for a little while. I accidentally clickbaited a bunch of people. Q&A, I guess. Yeah, the chat should just ask me questions, and then I'll answer all the questions like a good boy. It's gotten dark though, like cloud cover is it's gonna rain soon. There are like 20 people watching and no one's saying anything. Like me up. Oh, I say that people drop a 17. Oh.
So when this wave, this column of water is potentially moving in, it is going to grow. It's going to grow very fast as it reaches the seafloor and grows quickly towards the coast. We get to the deep ocean pretty quickly here in the island chain. We don't have a continental shelf around us like the rest of the continents do. And of course, on that graphic that we were looking at, you can very clearly see the jump in the buoy, jump up, jump down, jump up, and again, that's multiple waves. It's not just one wave.
Is that an indicator on how strong the energy is from?
It absolutely can be, especially if we were seeing a much stronger, like much higher and much lower troughs and crests from the waves. Because again, the buoy is on the top of the water as the wave is troughing, so it's going down to the bottom. The buoy goes down, and so you're seeing it jump. This is the height in feet. If you let's bring up Max 2 again, graphics 12, so you can see what we have out there. Again, this is on the y-axis. This is the height in feet. You're seeing this jump between two to just below -1 feet below the average. Very quickly. This is a very quick jump.
Drew, something I want to jump back to is when we heard earlier from Governor Green, he was talking about the activity with the buoy at Midway.
Yes.
And so, can you clear up for us and give us kind of like a direct line explanation. So he said it's measured at 6 foot at the buoy. What does that mean? What's happening at the ocean surface?
So, to the best of my understanding, and Ben, if I say this incorrectly, please correct me. 6 feet is what he's talking about between the trough and the crest of the wave. So it's 6 feet from the top of how tall it is, how tall the buoy goes up, to how low the buoy goes down in the water. So when we're seeing that, he talked about that 3 foot number, that is 3 feet above the typical water level or the tide level at that time. You can even see the tides in the beginning of this chart here. You've got high tide around 8, and then as you're going into even further, you've got low tide. You can see
describe what we are seeing here. This was shortly after the powerful earthquake off the eastern coast of Russia.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to assume that the ocean is on the right, or it might be a jetty. Oh, there we go. That's a better view. All right, this is basically classic tsunami wave action because it's coming in from the open ocean, and then you can see that very, very disturbed kind of a wall of water that's coming in and overtaking, for example, the seawall there. You see the smaller waves? Those are probably the normal waves that are, just basically every day. But you can see how that big area of white, that white water that pushes in, definitely that's a tsunami. It's a slightly large one. It's not huge by any means, but it is a tsunami wave because you can see just how much energy that it has basically generated and basically pushing in. And so the waves, the little ones you see on the beach just above, basically in the center there, those are regular waves, but tsunami waves, those are definitely been coming in for Japan. Again, it's a little closer to where the epicenter of this earthquake was. But right now, as we take another look at the Hanalei camera, we're not seeing an awful lot. We're still seeing a little bit of the current action, and it seems a little bit flat, close to the area. All right, Pacific Tsunami Warning Center is about to hold a press conference with the latest information. Let's go out there with the latest.
Coming in at Hanalei Bay, not so big, maybe about 1.5 feet above normal sea level, and then the signal was dropping to below normal sea level when I left a minute ago. But that's just the first part of the wave, and we know from what we observed at Midway, it was actually the third wave, and Midway was the largest. So we've got some time to wait here at Hanalei, which was the first place it arrived, and of course it is moving down the island chain, so we hadn't seen anything on any other gauges as of yet, but we know it's coming. So we're always hopeful it won't be too bad, but anticipating from our models that yes, we are going to have a significant tsunami going across our islands and arriving on all the coasts. We monitor about 15 sea level gauges across the state, so we will have more reports later, and of course our news channels will also probably be telling us what they're seeing in places where they can safely observe the coast. So please stay out away from the coast. I know you've all evacuated, so continue to stay evacuated. And the instructions ultimately on when it's safe to go back will come from the state and county emergency management agencies, but we've got a ways to go. It's probably going to be several hours before we may even be able to lower the warning here in Hawaii to advisory level when waves go down, and probably not at least until tomorrow morning before we're able to completely cancel the warning. And right now most of us are still waiting, and we are waiting to see just how big it is going to get across the state. So stay safe, everyone.
Given that the third wave was the biggest for Midway, are you expecting the same here in the islands of Hawaii? And what's the interval between waves?
So the interval between waves can be 10 to 20 minutes typically, from one wave crest to the next wave crest. And we don't know exactly, that midway was the third wave doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the third wave. Here, the wave pattern gets very complicated as the wave crosses the state because those tsunami waves reflect off of islands, and they wrap around islands, and they interact with each other. So at every location, it can be a different wave. But the threat will definitely go on for probably for several hours.
Dr. McCurdy, if you could kind of encapsulate everything again with regards to what are you looking for right now? I know you said we're still not clear, but what are the specific elements that you're really tracking to see what's that next data point that you can release?
So we're pretty much done with forecasting the tsunami at this point. We're just reacting. So, of course, our center has responsibilities across the whole Pacific. So we're continuing to send messages to other countries around the Pacific. But our main responsibility is here in Hawaii. And so at this point, we're more or less just monitoring the situation to try to determine when we could lower the alert level and ultimately when we can cancel.
The last time that you folks, I guess, were activated in this capacity, was that back in 2011 during the Japan earthquake? And how the situation is different? Because it's about the same direction of where it's coming from.
Yeah, 2011 was certainly the last significant tsunami we experienced here in Hawaii. But we actually handled many tsunami events in the Pacific every year because earthquakes in the lower magnitude 7 range are pretty frequent, maybe about 10 a year in the Pacific, and almost all of them generate some kind of smallish tsunami, but we don't normally hear about it. But sure, yeah, the Japan tsunami was the last significant tsunami, and in some ways it's similar, but every tsunami is unique in certain ways. The way the source behaves affects the tsunami, and crossing the bathymetry in the Pacific, the waves get focused and defocused in different ways, and so that's why we need numerical models to help us predict what might happen. That we support in the Northwest Pacific, but we support them all across the Pacific. The ones for this event are the ones in the Northwest Pacific, and they're out in deep water. They measure the tsunami without interference from reflections on the coast, which you have with a normal tide gauge that's in a harbor. And so our models try to match the signals that are seen on those deep ocean gauges, and if we can match them, then we know we've created the right kind of wave. And so, of course, in the beginning, we only have a reading on one gauge, and later on it's 2, 3, 4 gauges. And so we keep iterating with these models. But even from the get-go, from the very beginning, the forecast was pretty consistent, even with more of this data telling us that, yeah, Hawaii had this threat. And for the coastline in Hawaii, there's another part of this model that actually brings the synthetic wave up onto the coast in a few, maybe about a dozen places around our state. And so some of those models did say that we would have roughly 10 feet above normal sea level. So that's what we've been going on, and it's been pretty consistent.
And when will you update us again?
I guess I can take your advice on when you'd like an update. I think I should probably come down maybe in another half an hour or so, because we should have more readings from across the state, and then I could give you another update.
What sort of conversations are we going to be having for the next few hours?
So it's gotten kind of dark. The river hasn't really started to rise.
The dozens of places that could see up to 10 feet.
Well, certainly Hawaii has certain areas that in the past typically get pretty big amplitudes, and that's Hanalei Bay, it's Haleiwa on Oahu, it's Kahului on Maui, and it's Hilo on the Big Island.
Go out.
So those are for our models now, those are also the biggest places. Okay, stay safe, everyone.
was Dr. Chip McCreary from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center saying again they are done predicting this event. It is actually happening right now. And during that press conference, Mark, and Drew and Ben, we were actually monitoring this live shot of Hanalei Bay and actually seeing signs that the waters were receding and at times even parts of the reef were exposed.
Yeah, I've been looking very closely at the shoreline, which is just above the red banner. At one point, it was a little bit further out, and so that may have been a little bit of the water receding. Not a ton, but there is a sign that something was happening, and that there were some people in the Hanalei area who were saying that the water had receded enough where the reef was exposed. We were seeing some things on the camera. We weren't particularly sure what it was, but now looking at it, it might have been the reef getting exposed there, and then the water is now coming back in. But we do have, just an indication that some kind of tsunami wave may have occurred or may have arrived in Hanalei. It's not just, it's not that big. It's just not huge. But then again, remember, even if you don't have the size and height on the surface, this energy goes all the way down to the bottom of the ocean, wherever it may be, and is still capable of causing currents. And we're seeing a bit of that right now because it's a little bit flatter close to the shore, and then you can see those tendrils of currents that are heading out those areas of flatter water that kind of snake out into the further distance there. So it might not be huge, it might not be something that looks extremely destructive, but just from looking at the ocean and the way the ocean looks, there is something happening out there right now. But as Chip McCreary from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center said, this could still be several hours. As we've been saying this evening, it's just the first wave. It's not going to be the whole, it's not going to be one and done. It's going to be an event where we're going to have waves coming in maybe every 20, 30 minutes. Possibly for the next several hours.
And it does appear that, from when we first started taking this cam at 7:10, about a half an hour ago, that you can see more movement in this camera. And when you're speaking of an event like this, when you're seeing any types of movement in the current, that can speak to the strength and power. Drew Davis, you're looking very closely at the cams as well. What are you noticing on your end?
Like you mentioned, Mark, we are seeing some strong currents. It's a mixture of water going out. Ben mentioned that we were able to see some of the reef exposed, potentially even pretty far out, closer to that point that you see far off in the distance. And just taking a wide view, if you kind of look at you can see the currents in the water right now, actually. If you look at the water and look at the sunlight.
Okay, this is important. This is important, guys. This is extremely important. Rick Shinobi's in the chat. Anyway, he's my goat for real. But we've been streaming for over 50 minutes. Their prediction was over 35 minutes wrong. Wenatchee? I haven't heard of Wenatchee. I know my grandparents grew up in, oh god, what was it called? I forgot, but it's the one that they filmed the Goonies in. But yes, this is downtown Honolulu. The beach is like 2 blocks that way. Oh, yeah, no, the place I'm thinking is like really far northwest. it's the like entrance to the Columbia River. But of course, I live in Alaska. What, 40 viewers? Wait, hold up, that's kind of crazy. But we're on vacation in Hawaii. And there's a tsunami, I guess. Yeah. So was that about fireworks or was it man, Alaska gets quakes, but no tsunamis ever. Or not Anchorage. But yeah. Thank you, Gator Guy. Yeah, the airport is by the coast. I want to say it's above 10 feet above sea level though, so it should be okay. Maybe. I think they say max waves might be 10 to like 12 feet above sea level. It is starting to rain though. Big ol' rain clouds and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how the Friday flight goes. I hope it doesn't get canceled. I just want to go back home, man. Oh, it is? The wind? Okay, I'll go back inside. If the wind is...
Yeah, especially since I'm not familiar with Hanalei Bay, but if this were more of a daytime shot, usually what we see when we take this camera for our weather casts, it's basically water, it's beach. But then now I'm almost wondering if that's not only beach, I'm wondering if that's sand that may be exposed there. Actually, just look where the palm trees are. You can see where the palm trees are. Sand is starting to get exposed there.
Yeah, you can very, very clearly see the sand, the rocks. Of course, this is the big sign that
the water is way out there.
Growing. It's growing as it's approaching the shoreline. I'm trying to find where that person was, or they were foiling, whether they were back paddleboarding. Were they impacted by the water receding out?
Yeah, it's really hard to see. It's getting darker by the minute right now, and the water is a place not to be, of course, when you see how unpredictable the water is, and is especially with the strong currents that accompany a tsunami.
Yeah, so this is...
I can tell
this is
that's
Kauai,
sand
right?
now. There's a lot of sand exposed there. And so you see the waves just off in the distance.
Yeah, so this is Kauai.
On the beach, a lot of Hanalei Bay, the sand, even as you look to
No,
the
so
left, to the
this
left
is
side of the
live
screen,
on Kauai.
looks like more sand, looks like
Which is
more...
the island more north of
more
us,
of the reef,
where,
more of the rocks. It looks
where
like
the wave
beach
is coming from.
has
So
receded probably about 100 feet.
it is
do we know how many buoys
heavily
are in the
receding
area?
there.
Not that many. I don't think there's any buoys there. The one that we do have, Jen's going to go take a look real quick.
I do remember while listening to that news conference from Dr. Chip McCreary, he says that they are monitoring 15 sea level gauges across the state as this event is happening to get more data, saying that it's going to be several hours before the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center may be able to lower the warning to an advisory when the waves go down, and it won't be until at least tomorrow morning when possibly that warning is canceled altogether.
And Steph, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it seems like the water might be rushing back in ever so slightly. You can see some waves forming, and some of the sand that was previously exposed is getting covered up. You can see those ripples right in the center of your screen. Luckily, we still have a little bit of daylight over near Hanalei Bay compared to our other tower cams. It seems like some water might be rushing in, but still
I don't know how bad
all of this happening
the delay
minutes after the
between stream
estimated
and when I can see
arrival
chat.
of the first waves in Hanalei Bay at
But
7:10. So these changes right
water's
now
coming back
unfolding
in,
as we
so
speak, and we're keeping a close eye on it. Any other observations there, Jen?
the waves have hit
It's
here.
just really
They
interesting to
arrive.
think about how much energy has moved across
I don't
the
believe
ocean.
anything has happened here so far. Although you can't really see shit anymore. There's like more people just driving around.
We get, like we were
Absolute
talking
mad
about,
lads.
it's going across the open waters. It has to cross multiple.
Reporter out on the North Shore also reporting earlier that the water was receding, and now seeing that
Not
the
chips.
tide is returning and coming back. So we are also seeing these changes as well on our shores here on Oahu.
Yeah, this is going to be an hours-long event. As the forecasters have been telling us, this is not a single wave. They've been telling us throughout this waiting period, this is going to be taking place over the course of several hours right now. Jen, you said it best. We are watching this unfold before our very eyes right now. We're going to be staying on this cam at Hanalei Bay, which is the first site of activity following
Yeah,
this.
man,
tsunami
it is like,
warning. We're also
it
keeping
is
close
filled
tabs
back
right now on
in.
what is happening
'Cause
up and down.
it was
the
down
Waikiki
almost to
chain.
there.
I mean,
And
the
now
way
it's
that
all the way back up here.
forecasters were able to pinpoint down and kind of
So-
this timetable here from when the earthquake initially struck.
They're getting there.
Seems to be
So
right on line with what we're
we
seeing
should
here.
get waves
And the
in
activity really likes
10, 20 minutes.
Speaking of activity, guys, sorry, we just
Maybe.
want to take another
I mean,
live look
like I
at
said,
something that is just
we can't see anything.
for us. Pardon, sometimes the live shot there does freeze, but at least this gives us an idea.
We don't have any soda. Okay.
A screenshot of the changes that were taking place of the water receding earlier. Of course, this is a live look right now as we're seeing water lapping over the shoreline there. Another vantage point of Hanalei Bay.
It's hard to tell from this
Well, there's a
vantage
different
point, but you know, we'd have to see if there's any receding water that happened before this. There looks like there's a little bit of a
40
debris
viewers,
line,
wow.
not that big. So that would be above the heart. That would be like the line of little tree limbs and so forth. We're going to try and stay on this shot as long as we can, just because we can. But of course, it's going to get dark, and once that happens, we won't be able to monitor this. But the waves will start hitting places like Waikiki, a little bit better lit. We have crews that are out and about all over the islands, and that includes Kapui, Tuanachetas up on Maui.
Yeah, we should've got more snacks.
It looks like things have stabilized, but once again, the difference between waves, the time difference between waves can be 20 to 30 minutes. And so what we saw just a moment ago where the water was going out and receding out of Hanalei Bay and then coming back in, maybe not that big, but if
I believe it's
we do get
Friday night
another
is
episode
our
of
flight back, or it's supposed to be our flight
still
back. We'll see if it gets
something we might play
delayed.
with. You might be able to see that maybe
Depending on how bad it is.
Typically, how many waves do you expect in an event like this?
No, snack wise, I mean, I got Cheetos. Y'all wanna watch the Magic Tree?
Basically acted what kind of earthquake it
Hey,
was.
Claire.
And so, you know, if there was a lot of
You want some Cheetos?
Get them away from
It
me!
was just one thrust, which it
My
normally
poor
isn't.
Cheetos, man.
Well, you're kind of stuck with a bunch of tickets, you know? So basically, as Dr. McCreary said, this could be a case where we could be going on well into the night, and the
Oh
first
my,
wave may
we've
not be
reached
as big
an
as
hour.
It could be some of the
We have reached
successive
an hour.
waves that come after it.
I mean, if you remember, Ben, the 2011 tsunami, I mean, that we weren't expected to feel the effects and see the first waves until sometime around 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And the all clear wasn't given until hours after that, and we were still waiting to see the
Yeah.
events.
So,
So remember, it was a long
not gonna be
period
much
of
on the-
waiting. But the damage was significant, even though it
A and B?
looked, the waves looked small. You cannot see the damage.
I have not seen AMP play peak. check it out. But I'm just gonna blow my Cheetos away. The wind's kind of bad. I'm not. I thought I was sub to you. Feet? I thought I was subscribed to you. It doesn't let me right now. I can't check. Wait. Yeah, they had an alarm every hour for a while. And then they had one 30 minutes before the supposed arrival of 7:10. It's now almost 8. Oh, hello, Darko.
Molly, I'm about to do the same thing Brody did. I'm about to send Mom a text with every emoji. I'm about to do something stupid. I'm about to do something stupid. Love you guys. How many people are watching you right now?
25.
Hello, you gorgeous 25
Okay, bro.
people.
Okay. I'm about to turn this into a mukbang at this point. Like,
Have they responded?
no.
Wait, what does it look like?
Well, it's dark.
I want to see what your screen looks like.
This is what I see. Oh, they said hi, sweetie. That's kind of crazy.
I love you. Over your sweetie.
Okay, bro. Hello, bonkers. Okay, so yeah, we're safe. We are not seeing any effects from the tsunami so far here in Honolulu. I won't need rations. It may be flooded till morning, like at most, but like flood watch. I'm not sure when flood watch will end. So you never get tsunamis, I guess. About 2 blocks. Like I said, beach is about 2 blocks in that direction. Opposite way as I'm facing. So, and then obviously, you can't see it very well, but there's a river right there that connects to the ocean. Hair in my eyes. The wind is picking up. Lots of waves. And on some of the other islands there were, like on Kauai, there was quite a few so far.
Should not be blowing on you tonight.
Okay.
Not too many waves here yet, I don't think. No, sirens have not started.
Well, I think I'm gonna be up on some news.
Carrots are in the fridge. Oh, we ain't got Cheetos anymore.
Knowing your family's health history can be the key to a longer, healthier
This is
life.
gonna be really hard.
So should I make it a Q&A, like, since nothing's happening? In daylight? Like tomorrow? I may do like an update short. Depending on how the situation is. But there is a little bit of glare on the water right there to kind of see the water level. So I'll be watching that. Yeah. Population of this island is something like 2 million people. Or more than that. Like, yeah. I hope everyone is able to make it through. I forgot what the estimation was, but it was something like 10 or 15 million dollars in property damage. So, but the city will love that. Yeah, quite a bit of warning. What was it, like 4 or 5 hours ago? They were like, either evacuate or stay. And decide what you're gonna do and do it now. So we decided to stay because we're in high enough of a building where we shouldn't be affected too much. Then obviously they had the really big sirens every hour. So, yeah. It's actually my first time hearing like actual tornado sirens or flood sirens. Any kind of loud siren like that in person. I live in Anchorage. We never get those. I don't think we even have those. Yeah. So I'm hoping everyone is able to make it out. Okay. What a helicopter. Oh no, it's a plane. Oh, I thought it was a helicopter. Traffic is like almost normal over here now. Like, that's kind of crazy.
shape shift, and people have to do things just to stay in the game. You know, there was a part of it that also, you know, wanted to prove
Anthony and Tracy share a common thread. Each spent their childhood in near total chaos. Grappling with the most basic
5
needs.
minutes.
For finding an escape.
I'll probably just end stream and film it when it actually happens. Maybe. I said that, and then like everyone left. But I can't tell if it's going on or not. If it was, then basically, oh my goodness, the black line would be getting bigger. But I don't see it coming down much. Yo, what? Is that a T2 bus? Like Volkswagen bus? Pretty cool. Pretty sure that's a Volkswagen bus. I think I'm gonna end stream. has happened so far, and kind of tired. Like, I understand it's only like 8:20ish, but like I did not get good sleep last night. Oh, what? There's this guy here. Okay, fine. I'll keep streaming. So I'm gonna charge my phone. I don't know if power's gonna stay on or not. I mean, still nothing has happened here though. Like, there's like not really a tsunami yet. It's being really slow. And honestly, there's a good possibility it won't come for like another hour. So, I don't want to sit here for another hour. I'll probably stay here for another 10 minutes or so. Is that a GT3? White 911 GT3? Anyway. I'll stay out here till 8:30, unless something happens. Then I'll keep streaming. But Traffic is like, I mean, it's a little thin. It's like nighttime traffic, but it really doesn't feel like there's a tsunami coming. Oh, wait, we reached 90 minutes. Hour and a half. Been sitting here for an hour and a half. Too. Yeah, I'm gonna end stream. Go away, Claire. So we're gonna end stream. I'll film if something does happen. And I'll post it as a short. Post it as a short. Or I'll go to sleep and I'll just post whatever it looks like in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, nothing happened. Like, I just sat here for an hour and a half. I accidentally clickbaited myself. Like, nah, it's like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Okay, I just